the issue of paternity of children right now is really on the increase. I mean, this is a real life story, a real life situation. I am sure it also affects other marriages currently. So now in this story, the man is saying the man actually did not have issues with the wife until the wife's friend sowed seed of discord in him. So that made him begin to question the paternity of one of their children, and now insisted on going for a DNA test. But then, let's have your opinion on this.
That man, if he does not have any cogent and verifiable reason to do that, that means the man himself, has a problem. Because why will you suddenly, out of the blues, somebody maybe tells you that your wife, I saw your, okay, since it's just on that child, maybe this child is resembling somebody, and all that. So are you sure? And so for me, it does not call for you to become so aggressive to the extent that your wife has told you that, for God's sake, it's only Jesus that I know that can mysteriously impregnate me and all that. So at that level, even if you want to do it, if I were in his shoes, I would do it secretly.
Okay.
She will not know. Then looking at from the woman's point of view, if I were in her shoes, and the man that I love so much, a man according to her own words, that she has never cheated on before, dares to take her to the point of trying to confirm in fact, that is total loss of trust. At that point, I would say there is no need to continue this relationship. I think she's on the right track.
She's on the right track.
Yes.
But if we look at the side of the husband, I mean, this is someone really close to the wife. So the man may have cause to believe the woman, because you talk about closeness. They must have shared, some information between themselves. So if it were to be just outsiders or mere acquaintances that made that instigation, maybe it wouldn't hold much water. But now it's a case of someone who is quite close to the wife,
sure,
a friend. So I believe that for the man to have actually believed what the wife's friend told him to a point that he's insisting on DNA test, to a point that it strained their marriage, to a point that the intimacy between them was completely gone. It means that that woman must be really, 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 really close to the wife.
Yeah.
And if they had that kind of close-knit relationship, don't you think the man was not wrong to consider what the wife's friend told him to be true?
I've seen situations where the younger sister of a lady goes to the husband, that is the sister's husband, to say, my sister is not faithful to you. And the man says, shut up. This is younger sister of a lady, just like my wife, for instance, or your younger sister, telling your husband that you are not faithful. And I've seen such men say, I trust my wife. Because for you to doubt somebody, there must be Stephen Covey wrote a book, The Speed of Trust. Trust is something that it's just like plating basket. One will come, another one will come, another one will come. So before I trust you, we build we build one step at the other. So before I start distrusting you, it will be loosening.
So which means maybe aside the wife's friend making these accusations against the wife, is it possible that something may have happened, or maybe in the course of the marriage, the husband may have been suspicious of one or two things? Because I am now looking at how did the husband get so comfortable as to discuss the wife with the wife's friend, to a point that this sensitive information is passed across to him. How come he was that comfortable? Like, I mean, if it's your wife's friend.
Yes. How did you create the atmosphere?
Yes. How did you create the atmosphere
Yeah.
that she was able to bring the wife as a topic,
Yeah.
and the man entertains that conversation?
And again too.
So I want you to look at the psychology of a man. Why would he do that?
Now, okay, let's look at it from two sides now. Either from the psychology of the man, let's look at it from two sides of his psychology. One is, if a man is cheating on his wife, there is tendency for him to begin to feel guilt. When Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung were writing about, the mind. The mind has the dark side and the bright side. When anything that happens on this side affects this side. When you commit something to me or against me,
Yeah.
and I behave somehow, there's a way you treat me, and you want me to treat you. You begin to believe that I will treat you in one way, and I'm not treating you. It's your own psychology will tell you, are you sure that this cheating I'm cheating on her, are you sure she's not cheating on me too?
Okay.
And that's why she's not concerned.
Okay.
So a lot of things could run through his mind, but irrespective of what runs in your mind, when you calm down, if you begin to analyze the man now, at what point did you think? Of course, I'm not believing the woman's statement verbatim. The only thing I can be on her side now is that the DNA proved
That the child is indeed his own.
his own. A woman can still say all those nonsense. Nobody has seen, and at the end of the day,
But she married him a virgin.
it doesn't matter.
How do you mean?
So I've seen people who married as virgins. In fact, there's a case I treated recently. He married a virgin, and at the end of the day, he discovered that two of the children are not his.
Okay.
So marrying a virgin,
It's not a guarantee.
it's not a guarantee. I've seen men who never, in fact, they married as in their chastity, but yet after marriage they turned playboys. So anything can trigger a woman into promiscuity. Anything can also trigger a man into it. So, but the most important thing is, marriage is not just an ordinary relationship. This is a relationship that ought to be built to last. And for you to build something to last, there is a level of trust.
Yeah.
So when any of the parties now loses that trust to the extent that the product of that marriage, you now begin to doubt it. Now, irrespective of the fact that our cultures as Africans, when you marry a woman, it doesn't matter where the child comes from, it's still your child. So now you can still go against those cultural stereotypes, and beliefs that we have, to now say, I want to go for DNA. I can tell you the truth that 90% of the times that people go for DNA, it proves negative. 90% of the time that people say, I want to prove this,
The child is usually not
their own. So for you to have the effrontery to tell your wife, I want to subject this child for a DNA, you should have gotten facts.
But he didn't have facts.
It's just that
It was just predicated on gossip.
gossip. And so such a man is not man enough